All right. Yesterday, we used the graphing calculators to figure and calculate the line of best fit with this example that we used. And today, I'd like to have us explore how to use Google Sheets to do the same thing. Okay. And we'll look at what your predictions were when you were drawing it by hand. Yesterday, we used the calculator and saw who got close. Today, we're going to use Google Sheets to do it. See if it gives us the same answer as the graphing calculator did. So get on to open up a new tab in Google, and I want you to open up a blank sheet. So find the Sheets program, the green logo here, which is the spreadsheet program like Microsoft Excel, and get it on open. And let's call this our line of best fit. Okay, that's what I want you to call it. So up there, do that. If you have your worksheet out that we use the stock price data, let's go ahead and grab that. So we have month, and then I believe this was the price. So enter those. And then we had 8 months worth of data to start with. So go ahead and put those in 1 through 8. And then we have to grab the prices. So I've got to toggle back and forth here so that I remember what the prices were on here. 32, 35, 37, 32, 35, 37. Let's see, 41 and 46. And I think it was 50, 54, and 59. Okay, pause the video at any time that you need to so that you can get caught up and get yours to look like this. You can also make this look a little pretty if you would like. For example, if you want this column to look more like, make it look like money, we can do that. If you want to do some formatting, make it be a little more colorful, center it, and that sort of thing, go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm not going to get very fancy here. Just going to maybe highlight a little bit and go from there. Okay. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Okay, so you can take a moment, play around with that, and go from there. The big thing that we want to do from here now is we want to create some sort of, first we have to make the scatter plot and then the line of best fit. So to make the scatter plot, here's what we need to do. We're going to insert a graph of some sort. So go ahead and click on the Insert tab up here, and then come down to Chart and click on it. So now we get to make things look snappy and pretty. So as we first start looking at these, we're like, oh, I don't really want one of these. I really want a scatter plot. So the first one is what they recommend. Then come on over to Chart Types and scroll on down, and you will find scatter plot. Here's the beauty of this. When we click on it, it creates it here so we can see it. If you were changing your mind and you wanted to see some other stuff, you can click on your options and play around with that a little bit, but we want a scatter plot. So go ahead and do that and hit Insert. Nice. Okay. All right. Now, I kind of want this to move out of the way so I can still see my data. So I'm going to maybe make this a tad bit smaller. You can do that by just grabbing a corner and going around. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now, next, what we want to do is get that trend line in there. Okay. So hang on while I remember this. It seems to me, once you click on this, there's a little box up here. See this little thing? So go ahead and click on it. All right. It gives you some options here, and I think we go to Advanced Edit, and we get this menu, and we can come on down, and I thought somewhere down here, it says trend line. Can you believe it? Isn't this so much easier than what we were doing on the graphing calculator? All right, so they give you some options here. No trend line, a linear trend line, and that means does your data look like it's on a line? This one does. Exponential would be a different shape to it. So we're just going to choose linear because our stuff looks linear. Okay. It puts it in there so we can see. So hit update. And now we can see what's going on. Okay. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. Now, there are other things you can do to play around with this. You know, if you wanted to make it wider, smaller, do some changing here. For example, rather than price versus month, you can click on here, and this happened to be stock prices on here. So we can change that. If you want to leave this as month and price, you know, whatever, but you can change it that way. Now, this is kind of new to me. So as I'm looking at it here, it seems if we click on the graph again and then hit this view mode, as you start to climb the line here, it's going to show us, like on each dot, it'll show you the price, the month and the price. And then it actually gives us the equation of the line. Now, do you remember yesterday when we were using the graphing calculators, we could, if you remember, our slope or that first number that you got with the regression was about 3.9 something. And the second number, which ends up being the y-intercept, was about 26.6 something. So we're getting really, really, really close here. Now, the question is, how are we going to use this to predict what's going on? So let's take a look at what this equation is. Y equals 3.905 times x plus 26.679. Okay, you see that when I highlight that? So let's do this, okay? Put in 9, 10, 11, 12, because really 12 is what we were predicting here. Here's where we got to do a little bit of calculation then, okay? Now that we know what the equation of this trend line is, we're going to program it in here, okay? And we're going to say equal sign, because that's how you tell it to program, okay? It was 3.905, that's what they were using, times, so use the asterisk to say times, and then we want it to grab whatever the month was, our input, the X value. So just click over here on the cell from prior to that, and then we had to add 26.679. Okay, so here's where we're doing a little programming, and bingo, there you got the price. Cool, huh? And now that we have this programmed in here, you could, once you're in this cell where we input the formula, you could either drag it up or drag it down to make your predictions as to what happened to that price as time trended along. And there you go. Isn't that cool? Pretty easy. So here's what I want you to do. Take your file now, once you get it all pretty, and if you want to play around, go ahead and investigate a little bit with this. Then what I want you to do is share it with me. So what you'll have to do when you get up here, okay, is click on the share button like this, and then you're going to start typing in my name. So start with L Best, and I should pop right up there to save it or share it with me. Actually, and will you go down? There's 2 of them. Make sure you choose my Hastings Apps one so it doesn't fill up my email quite so horribly, okay? All right, once you get done with that, then follow the instructions on the board with what to do for the rest of the hour. Good luck. Hope you had some fun using some technology today.